welcome once again to Let's Talk Marriage. This is Pastor Larry coming to you this Wednesday with Let's Talk Marriage. I hope everyone is doing well. If you woke up this morning, you are doing well. All right, we're going to get right on into our subject today. Last week, our subject was show her some love. Of course, this week is show him some love. All right. You know what Proverbs 31:10 says? Who can find a virtuous woman? All right. Her price is far above rubies. All right. Titus 2:4 says that they may teach the young women to be sober, to love their husbands, and to love their children. All right. In other words, so that they may encourage the young women to love their husbands and their children, tenderly love their husbands and children. You know, when you have so many, especially the new age women that always say, I need a break. You know what? And you know what? When you love your husband, you're going to make sure that he has the best, you're going to make sure the house is clean, you're going to make sure that he has a decent meal and your family has a decent meal. And you know what? The new age women, they just want to run. How do you say run the streets? But not really run the streets. But you don't want to be the typical how they label the housewife. And there's nothing wrong with being a housewife. There's nothing wrong. And I don't mean the ones that just stay at home. Even if you work, you're still a housewife. Like if both people work, you're still the housewife. And when your house is dirty, they're not going to look at him. They're going to look at you and say, look at her house. You'll never hear them say, look at his house. They always say, look at her house. Because that's the woman's domain where they keep the house clean and stuff. And you have to encourage your husbands. A lot of, you have that new age women where they looking at these shows where all these people on here that got all this money and stuff. And I want a man that can take care of me. What are you, 2 years old or something? You don't need nobody to take care of you. Learn how to take care of yourself. And you see these people with flashing all this money, and I want a baller. Well, God didn't give you no baller. He gave you a brother, a man, a real man. So we have to make sure, women, that you treat your husbands and show them some respect, and don't always be getting an attitude every time they say something to them. Especially if you have a husband that you have a good husband. Sometimes you get these women that with the good husband, they just run all over them. Just make them feel like nothing. Stop belittling your husband. Make sure you encourage them. He trying his best to fix something. He might not be a handyman, but he your handyman. Just because he tear stuff, that would mean you always got, see, I told you, you should have just called somebody like I told you to. And just say, instead of saying that, because when you say that, then you're going to start a whole argument. Instead of saying, see, I told you, just say, well, next time we'll get it right. See how I said that. Just say, well, next time we'll get it right. That's encouraging. So the next time he might look, Google it or figure out how to do it right. And, that's why a lot of these husbands don't do anything around the house. They don't want to hear the wife say nothing about it. And then they'll go telling their friend, child, you know what? Why is this broke? How come how come this light switch don't work? Leroy tried to fix it. Girl, he just tore up everything. All the lights went out. Just making poor Leroy feel bad. He ain't bringing in no money, And especially the brothers that, are in between jobs, you just want to just nag them to death. And when you going to get it? You been out there looking for a job? Ain't no jobs out there, baby. and it just starts a whole nother argument. And most of the times the arguments are again, I always mention arguments that started based on finances. But you know what? Some folks, even if they had a lot of money, they still find a reason to complain about stuff. You have I mentioned men complaining. You have the women that complain a lot too, just complain about everything. Look at it. He don't look like you don't smell good. You need to put something on. If you think you don't smell good, go buy him some smell good, and say, oh, I got you this. And if you don't want to put it on, you put it on him. Put it on your hands and just touch him, and stuff. Again, I had mentioned last week about making marriage fun. You enjoy your husband. It's your husband. He might not look like all these folks you see with all the tattoos on them and the buffed up, the buffed up folks and stuff. He might not look buffed up, but you ain't buffed up either. You done spread it too. We all spread. When you get older, you spread. It's just natural. So don't be looking at him because he ain't, because he done got a gut. You the one that cooking all that food. That's why he got the gut. You always say that, oh, you a good cook, And it shows, sometimes they have the food belly, where they eat a lot and you just get embarrassed, I want to bring him around and look at it. Got that old too little suit on. Well, tell him to get another suit or take him to the store and say, I'm buying you a suit today. Don't be talking about the suit because it's too little. You can't button it up. After you done cooked all them collard greens and pinto beans and all that stuff. Again, you have to enjoy your husband. He's your husband. He might tap everything around the house, but that's your husband. Look, he done broke something else. Look at it. Just complaining about everything. Encourage him and stop it. You have some women that are so bitter in their marriage. As the marriage go on, they seem to get bitter about, what they could have had. And stop thinking about, sometimes they be thinking about their old flames and stuff. You go back and look at your old flame. He probably all jacked up, probably in jail, probably locked up somewhere, probably 4 times bigger than your husband, And you want to go, stop living in regret. We have so many women that live in regret. If I hadn't had all these kids, I wouldn't look like this. What you mean? Don't use your kids as an excuse for the way you look. You hear so many women doing that. Be proud of the way you look. Fix yourself up for your husband. Present yourself to your husband, The Bible tells the husband to love the wife as Christ loved the church. Respect your husband, love your husband, and show him some love. And he comes home from a hard day's work, or he might have one of those physical jobs. Because every man is not going to have a job where he sits down. He might have a physical job. If he has a physical job, then you make sure that you show him some love. And when he comes home from work, from a hard day's work, encourage him, because, you never know what fellows go through on jobs. Because sometimes they go through a lot of stuff on these jobs, especially in this work environment. They have to go through a lot of things, and especially as minorities, you have to seem like you have to work 2 times harder than anybody else to get anywhere. So, and it's very stressful environment out there, especially the ones that are in the business world, the ones that are in sales. Oh my goodness, the ones that are in sales. My hat goes off to you, brothers, because that's not an easy field out there, especially now. So when you come home and you're feeling stressed, your wife should be the one there that relieves your stress. Get you a cup of coffee, bring you some cold water or something, especially if you're one of those guys that work outside. Man, I applaud you guys, the brothers that work outside too, construction and landscaping and things like that. And, you're trying to build a business and you need your wife support. So that's why we have to support our husbands. There you go, another old crazy idea. You support him. And if you stand with him, you can get places better. And a lot of times your wives, when people come in your home, the first thing they look at is they look at the wife. They don't look at the husband. So make sure you keep the surroundings comfortable for him and for all of you, for that fact. All of you, keep the house in order. Keep your house decently in order. Make sure you're cleaning, and if you have children of age, have them help you out. Don't sit there and say, I got to do all that by myself. No, train your kids to do give them some chores to do. That way everything will flow smoothly in the marriage, and you have your moments where you can't have no fun when you're doing it. No, you can make time to have fun. After dinner, ask the husband, let's go for a walk. Go for a walk and talk and discuss things. Learn how to discuss things and learn how to not to be snappy and, I'm going to tell him off. I'm going to give him a piece of my mind. I wish he would. And you have some of these women that just simply mean. Stop being so mean to your husband. Then you go on the job and just because brother smell good, giving you the eye, you just grinning and going on. You know what? Flirt with your husband. Stop letting folks say anything to you, And you think that because you seen it on TV, he's supposed to act like the folks on TV. This is real life. If you want him to act like the folks on TV, start looking like the folks on TV. Don't expect him to act like the folks on TV and you walk around with your hair all undid and and just looking tacky. You know what? Just set the pace, plant a seed for your husband and for your spouse. If you want him to be more loving, you be more loving. Just show him some love, There's nothing wrong with telling your husband every once in a while, I love you, Don't sit there and wait for him to tell you, because sometimes you might not hear it until you go get upset. But you make sure you tell your husband you love him. Make sure that we are working together with our husbands, supporting our brothers, because they really need the support of us, strong minority women. And you set the pace for how far he's going to go in his career. You're the one that's in the background, encouraging him. You're the one that has his back, encouraging him. Oh, you can do it. You can do it. You gotta encourage your husband. A lot of times we don't want to, because he's not as successful. Because sometimes the women are more successful, but a lot of the reason being that a lot of times they went to school longer than the guys did. Because a lot of times, especially older guys, they're 40s, 50s, they had to stop school in order to work, or especially if they got married younger. If they got married later, they tend to have a full education, and even with that, it's still harder. It seems harder for minority men to get in the positions that they're looking at. So that's why it's so important that us women support our husbands and encourage them. It's real heartwarming. It's real comfort zone when you have a wife that supports you. Man, I can't. Sometimes I think about how well my wife supports me. She supports everything I do. She supports it, and I know she has my back. And I have her back. We have each other's back. And she supports the children, because the wife sets the pace in the home. The man might be the head of the household, but the wife is the one that runs the household. The wife is the one that sets the budget. The wife is the one that put the grocery list together, put the meals together, So we have to make sure that we are supporting each other. As a wife, you have to make sure that you're supporting your husband, standing by him and showing him some love, and stop being so critical of everything he does. Oh, yeah, you should have did it this way. Oh, you should have did it this way. My daddy, stop saying that. My daddy did this, my daddy did. No, just leave it out. You ain't with your daddy now. You with your husband, because that's how God ordained it. So make sure you are supporting your husband. Make sure you are standing with him in any endeavor that he wants to do. Make sure you're supporting him. And, if he is not the one that's just going on a vacation, you plan a vacation, and then find out, because you should know when he's going to be off or something. Or if he doesn't plan an eating, you plan eating. So I'm going to take you out, and take him out and show him a good time. Fix up real nice and take him out. You know what? He's going to really appreciate that. And guess what? The next time he goes, I'm taking you out this time, So make sure that we are supporting each other, loving on each other. And again, marriage is not hard. Marriage is what we make it. So when we work together, listen, and wives, listen to your husband. Husband, listen to your wife. When you're talking, there is a communication thing that you have to do. Communicate with each other. Tell what's on your mind, sit down and talk things out. Sometimes it's not easy to talk things out, especially if you're trying to get it. Like if you had a hard day at work, because I know I used to be like that. If I had a hard day at work or something, when I came home, a lot of times I didn't want to talk about work, and then there would be days I would talk about it. But sometimes it's hard to bring your work home. Get it over. Mention it, and then try to forget about it. Spend the rest of the evening being in each other's company and enjoying each other's company, because life is so short. There's so many people that's not here, anymore, and wish they had their spouse. So make sure you love on your husband. Just shower him with love and affection, and just be a great encourager to your husband. Be the one that he said, whatever I do, I know my wife got me. Yeah, I know she got me. And this is Pastor Larry signing off, and let's keep loving in marriage. And again, I'm going to repeat it. Marriage is not hard. It's what we make it. Make it enjoyable. Enjoy each other's company and enjoy each other, and just love on each other. This is Pastor Larry signing off. Until we meet again on Let's Talk Marriage. Now, if you have some questions or anything, you can reach me. My phone number should be out there. If you need my number, you want to give me a call and discuss some things, just give me a call. Let me repeat that again. If you have some questions or anything and you want to discuss something, you can give me a call. I'm retired, so you can give me a call anytime. Just give me a call with any questions. If you need some counseling or anything, give me a call. I do counseling, marriage counseling, pre-marriage counseling. If you're deciding to walk down that aisle, you need some counseling, I can do that for you as well. So this is Pastor Larry again, signing off until we meet again on Let's Talk Marriage.